All right, we're on record today at the 2 o'clock meeting, Friday, February 28th. The only thing on this agenda is to review invoices for the sheriff's office. But if you would, join me in the pledge to get the meeting started. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. John Collins, if you would, please start. Go ahead on.
Dear Heavenly Father, please watch over our county, please watch over our elected officials. Let us all make good decisions and help us to make the right decisions for the county and have the county back us, because we sure need it. In Jesus Christ's name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you. All right, we do not have invoices yet. I apologize, I forgot. I just add on. I usually don't. But let me go knock on the door, see if we can get some invoices to get started. And the one request was whatever we take out of binders or whatever, make sure we get them back. So don't let me mess that up.
Right. I thought John Lisby might be.
I thought he would be too. That's why I was surprised. Like,
I think he will be if he just made it. He might have forgotten too.
That's why I want to make sure he is.
I think I heard him. Couldn't say.
You might go in that trouble, throw him in there and see if
Hey, are you coming up to this meeting?
Yeah, I'm on square right now.
Oh,
I'm around
okay.
here, but just go
I'll
ahead
say
on
out there.
here.
He's on the square.
Okay, I was
You got a
afraid
key
you
to
forgot about it.
No,
You
sure don't.
Okay.
Someone gave her advice a lot, man.
He's on his way.
I guess I'll go to the door. We'll go out here and ring the bell. I can't get in.
Don't you know some kind of like code or some shit crap in Indiana that you can go tell them to open it up because it's a public building and.
Yeah, I got a few.
Okay.
you know, this don't look good, you two hanging out, you sorry.
Well, you must be used to it.
All I got was a. So.
Not what you said.
Here we go.
It's not a bad look, I didn't say that.
There wasn't a join by Zoom, but
Zoom or Teams?
Teams is what that is.
Well, Jennifer,
Hey, how are you?
Hello. We're on record already, and we've already done the pledge stuff, so open meeting.
Here is a copy of the additional appropriations that just got sent to the printer.
Did you okay? Didn't know
Yeah,
if
I've
you
got
kept one
copies.
for yourself.
Oh, I didn't get one for Kinley though. But, do you need one of these?
We throw one of them at my
Yeah.
chair there.
Because I don't think Greg.
Throw me another one as well.
Well, here's Kinley. No, here's, she can have, because I wrote on one.
Okay. There you go. There's no here.
I think it's all coming
There's John. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
And we're on record and did the pledge and stuff, and that's as far as we've gotten so far, so. Are these for the 18th of March, right? Okay. I got you.
I'm watching the Rumble in the White House.
Oh, Lord.
What's happening there?
Oh,
I got the shouting match.
So none of the original budget, I guess, for the sheriff had any general fund, so we're gonna transfer, what all are we gonna use out of it?
Okay, what we've done is on the sheriff, on the 1170, the paper that we sent you at the last meeting,
Yeah,
you know, we're already really kind of over budgeted by that, by almost 70,000, just under 70,000. The fifth payment, or the extra payment in May it should cover that 70,000. But I don't feel comfortable going much over that. So in the 1170, right now with the bills that we can't pay, and that's those two stacks in there, we've got $84,700. So that's what I put down there in 1,000 for the sheriff. And that's the 71,400 and the 13,300.
yeah,
The inmate housing is billed, we haven't paid, we don't have a line for that, and that's 18,000.
okay.
But I'm thinking, I don't know where to take that from.
That's one that was mandated by the attorney, or the judge, right?
It's not in that corridor.
It wasn't in the first.
They've only
one.
got
Just
transport
fees.
and fuel.
Okay,
So, and I don't think housing will go under transport.
right. No, I agree with that.
Was there any contract signed for the housing of those inmates?
I didn't sign one.
Yeah, I don't think any of us did, but I don't know that he has to have a
I
contract.
don't think so. No, I
'Cause
think that's his discretion.
What I think I was told one time was like, if you were to arrest a high-profile inmate, you would just transfer them to another
That makes sense.
jail, and that's kind of the, I mean, hate to kick the guy while he's down, but the Jamie Knoll thing, they brought him up here because they couldn't house him in Clark County. I don't think they asked anybody to do it or get a contract, they just did it. So, alright, where do you want to start in on these invoices, which is why we're all here today?
Let me go get those real quick.
Have you had a chance to figure out where they're coming from, Jennifer?
That's what's on your additionals there. If you'll look, and I don't know, this is the group from December, and this is the one from February.
Okay.
And then the location budgets with the pink numbers will show where the numbers that we have, once we add the second
So-
quarter on.
24
Yeah.
is
Well,
this or
no,
that?
That one's, no, the one in your hand is the 24. That's the one that came here,
So
12/31.
let's start on that.
Yeah.
Don't get them out of order.
Are
Right.
these the ones we're supposed to shuffle like a deck of cards?
You know, God, just for any of you that believe in God, just remember what goes around comes around. You reap what you sow, so enjoy that harvest is all I gotta say. So if you mess up Mandy's papers, eventually you're gonna find out about it.
So this is, the first one I'm looking at is elevator 1.
Yeah, and those were taken out. They paid them out of commissary because I think they had an inspection coming up and they needed to get them down here and they weren't gonna come because we had outstanding payments.
And this is from, so they paid them out of commissary?
Yes.
And they're wanting reimbursed to commissary?
No, they just sent that over to tell us, those were in a group that we had, and that was sent over to tell us that they've already paid those, not to pay them twice.
So this is paid.
That one's paid,
Elevator 1 from
Yes.
May and August.
yes.
All right.
What was the total on that?
The total on that is $3,722. That, do you want me to lay it aside then, or do you want to leave it in here?
I've just been laying them upside down.
Okay,
And putting them,
I can do that.
Best stick to that one trouble.
Yeah, no, I don't get in trouble. I get enough of that without any.
I'm gonna be a noob, Jerry, catch me up on this, I'm a little behind on what all the things happening here.
So, these are the stack of bills from 2024 that
You have those, huh?
we were told, yes, it's only one stack,
Okay.
that we were told,
Look at it.
had not been paid. And so in that last meeting, all we got was a itemized, like, this is what it is, to who and how much. So I requested, or I stated that I was gonna come in, we published the meeting to be kind of an informal meeting today, that we're here to be able to lay our hands on these and see what it is we're actually paying for.
What you have is these?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
And these are the actual bills that should correspond to those.
Yeah.
So this one is for PB Electronics, I think that's what that says. 2024, from 10/10 of 2024, and it says invoice number for $9,570, and it looks like there's 6 radar units, which would be a stalker, dual antenna, refurbished radar with fastest vehicle, same direction moving mode, a 1-year warranty for these, and they were $1,595 each, and they ordered 6 of those.
You said that was 10/10 of 24?
Yes, 10/10 of 2024 is the
Wow.
date.
Yeah.
The spreadsheet that was emailed to us. But I'll check it.
And the claim was signed 12/30 of 24. This next bill here is from 8/19 of 2024. It says quotation, so is that an actual bill or is that a quote? Or do you know?
I don't know.
It's for 8 of those units at $1,595 each for $12,760.
Is
So
that from the same place?
Yeah,
The
same
TV?
place.
There's only one on the list.
for $95.70. So I'm guessing they got a quote and then bought.
They've paid for them out of that. Yeah, or that's the invoice on the top. That's what they're
Okay.
requesting.
Okay. All right. Another one in here is for, I'm going to take this off, lay it there along with that. It goes back on here. Axon, vendor name. The total amount on it looks like we bought a Taser 7 certification bundle for $15,199.20 in September of 24. I don't know what all that means, but it says line number 8, shipped to Axon Taser Target Conductive Professional Ruggedized and Target Conductive Hybrid, and then a Target frame is included in that, along with a Taser 7 certification 20 times. So this is what was ordered here. So that's $15,199.20. Attached to your invoice for processing.
None of these was in the budget, right? I mean, all these were not, went past the appropriate, okay. And none of it been brought to us?
Those last two he just listed, they were requested out of the auction fund, but they haven't been appropriated. There is funds there for them, but it's not appropriated.
Okay.
So those are radars and tasers, is what it looks like to me.
What's the total of that bill?
The total on both of those bills combined is $24,769.20 for radars and tasers. And I'm asking a question I don't know, and you might know, even John, if you don't, Adam. If a department chooses to purchase new equipment, do they have to either have budgeted money for or approval to buy that, or how's that work?
Well, if it's in his budget, he can go ahead and spend it, because it's already been with this council, so.
Right.
But if it's,
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Alrighty. We got you here. So
Is that Randy back there?
No, Randy's not here. You got John Collins, John Lisby, John White, myself, James Ritchie, Adam Bomar, and then in the audience, a couple of general public.
Gotcha.
So far, we've went through some invoices, starting on the 2024 items. One was for elevator one. Actually, I guess there's several in here, but she's saying that they were paid out of commissary. So the invoice amount is $3,722 from back in May of 24 that they were paid out of commissary. Then the next one I reviewed was PB Electronics for radar units in a police car from October of 24 for $9,570. And then it looks like they either bought new tasers or something to do with tasers, because it says bundle taser 7 certification, 20 times those, along with some targets for $15,199.20, and that was from September 15th of 2024.
Jennifer, are all these ones that you got December 31st, 2024?
Those are all from
December
December 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, 31st, 24.
This is Amazon purchase, one of them. It's from September 10th of 24, and it looks like they bought tactical cargo pants, 2 of those at $161.98. The next one is some cables for computers, I guess. I don't know why Andrew wouldn't have had these, but a power cord for something, a power supply, it's $8.38, and then an Ethernet cable, it's $8.75. This one is a display to port HDMI 6 feet cable, $7.95. A power strip with 12 outlets for $15.98. A Acer computer gaming monitor, 0 frame, 23.8 inch gaming monitor for $90, $89.99, $90. A wireless keyboard and mouse combo for $22.99, and then a Dell Mini PC Windows 11 microcomputer for $329.99 for a total of $484.03. Why wouldn't that go through Andrew? Wouldn't he buy all the computers?
Ask the sheriff, I don't know.
You'll need to ask
Is
that
that
on
right
this
from the
claim.
sheriff's office there?
Nope. No, ma'am. No one is here from the
I didn't
sheriff's
inform the
office.
sheriff's office about the meeting, did you?
So
I mean, it
did
was
not.
published, but that was it.
Yeah, I published it.
Be calling, I mean,
Well, it was discussed in the
That
meeting Tuesday, wasn't it?
yes. Yep.
I know he's watched that meeting because I got an email from his attorney about it.
Oh, all right. Well, they know about it. Next up would be 6 holster adapters, tactical holster hanger. Looks like a Molly gear, like you would hang it on their vests. $59.94 on that one. Again, if you're just catching up, it's all from Amazon at this point. Looks like AR magazines, which would be a 7.62 with a Molly clip. 2 of those, $31.50. Easy shoot.
7.62?
Yeah, that's what it says, 7.62 millimeter magazine. So,
Sorry.
no, you're good. I caught that too. Easy shoot 2-point sling would be for an AR, I would imagine. 5 of those for $74.95. More pouches for $15.75. The total on this bill invoice is $122.20 Amazon. OtterBox iPhone 14 case for $44.05 from Amazon. So, and it says that they did pay there's a notice on here to Mandy from the auditor's office on 9/17 of 24. They paid $484.03 along with an 11/1 of 24, the 44.05 one, the cell phone. They paid those out of commissary so they could remove those from the listing. That is one group of Amazon. Up next is another Amazon. And it don't really say what it's, oh, a Fargo printer with collar ribbons for $96.78. And then along with that is Guardian RFID. I'm not sure what that is, but
I think it's an RFID tracking system.
a metal fastener with red wristband, 450 wristbands, whatever that means, quantity 2 for $1,350. Clincher metal fastener for $35.25. Total to Guardian RFID for $1,385.25, and that was on 11/12 of 24 was the date due. 12/3 of 24, same company, another bill for wristband labels, custom labels, a roll of them for 2 of those for $120. Indiana Technical Services, and it says it was listed as repairs. One thing needs to be changed on this is it says Scott County Jail, attention Josh Caldwell. He's not employed by the county anymore, so we probably need to update that. But from October of 24, repaired a dishwasher, it says, in the amount of $1,599.23. Estes Septic Service, pump lift station, $200. Did I miss something? Oh.
No,
All right.
somebody has a Coke blowing up on them back there.
Grease trap, 52 gallons every 6 months is what it says. So cleaning out a grease trap, I guess. That was 11/15 of 24. I think that's just a copy of it because it's the same thing. Arbuckle Electric repaired and replaced 2 LED lights in the amount of $390. Customer supplied the material. They came in and put in the 2 LED lights, I assume, and that was September 12th of 24. $390. S&L, which we kind of covered some of their stuff the other day, so I will skim through some of this because some has been paid, I believe. This one actually should have been paid already, Jennifer. It says it's for the 911 dispatch center, and I think we changed this because it's a radio room for $4,745. I'm certain that has been paid because it was re-invoiced to them.
I can go check that one. I'm not aware of that.
Okay. I mean, you can check it later on if you want. You want an invoice number or something? What would make it
Just
easier to keep
put
up
a little
with?
check mark on it with your pen.
Sorry, I'm unprepared today.
It took me 3 times to get one good one.
Let's see. This one looks like it's at the jail. It was a 3-phase condenser fan motor, condenser fan blade. Looks like an AC unit probably. $1,773.64 to S&L. Plumbing, a drain for a sewer machine, $250. Hey, do you know about this? It says effective January 1st, 2024, S&L will be going paperless. If you require paper invoice, there's a $3 processing fee added to the invoice.
I have not been I don't know, when I talked to Georgiana, I
Can we
think it
just-
was Wednesday, she never mentioned it. I mean, I'm fine with it either way, it'll work, cause she
I
sends
just wanna make sure
invoices
we're
to
not
us.
paying $3 on all these outstanding invoices all the time.
There'll be two in there for $6,553 or
It's gonna
something
change.
that they've been taken out,
Okay.
and
This next one is a 20 amp commercial outlet installed, $177. Here's one you're talking about, third quarter preventive maintenance. We're gonna readdress these to the county, but so
they've
that,
been done, yeah.
yeah, the total on it's $6,533.74. And yeah, Jennifer's been working with their office staff to get those out of the sheriff's name and into the county so we can get those paid.
There's two of those in there.
Okay.
And when I talked to her, the one thing they cannot do on the preventive maintenance, she said they would not be able, in the preventive maintenance part, to bill the jail separately. So I told her, go ahead and just leave that for the county. We'll pay that part out of the general fund.
Okay.
Because it is a preventive maintenance
Right.
contract for the county.
That makes sense.
Just out of curiosity, there was one for 1010 and one for 1220 for the exact same amount.
What's
Are
the
we
amount?
getting preventative maintenance done every 2 months?
It's a quarter is what they're saying. They sent it,
2 quarters.
that bill, this one actually says third quarter, and it was I'm looking for a date on these. October 10th of 24 is when it came in. So I don't know, is that when they're billing it? How often, can you make yourself a note to check that contract, how often they come and
And what all does it entail?
What they do.
Like what, for
Probably-
$6,500,
Right.
what does that entail?
right?
Give me a few minutes, I think I've got the current contract.
We just renewed it last meeting.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Say typically change
Filters and
Changing
things
the
like
filters?
oil and,
I'll need to
I'll
get
do
in
it
that
for
business.
$3,000.
oil in the.
I'll get you a conflict waiver.
While she's gone, I'm gonna continue on. If we have issues, stop me. I'll answer whatever I can on it. Check AC for the basement. They found a fuse to be blown. They ordered and replaced a fuse, and hourly rate on here. One's for residential at $75 an hour, and then another one says hourly rate residential $106 an hour. And the fuse was $2.50, so we paid $183.50 for that. I don't know what the difference is, but this one,
They know how to determine it's a blown fuse, and
yeah.
most people don't.
No, I just, in the hourly rate was the only question I had.
Oh.
I don't- Technician inspected shower drains in a couple cell blocks. They're draining fine. They adjusted a toilet, $180 labor. That was November of 24. This one, it says unclogged cell block 1 and 2, $140 labor only. Here's the other one you were talking about. Preventative maintenance fourth quarter was December 20th of 2024 for the $6,533.74. That one should also be changed. Those are S&L. Next up is Securitas, and it says service is how it was billed.
What is it again?
Securitas?
That's a security company that does money transfers, or you'll see them in the mall sometime walking bags around or leaving banks or CVS with armor trucks.
No, okay, but I'm not sure what.
I don't know what they do for the jail.
It says the replacement of genetic license. Any idea what that means? But it says service order per proposal, signed proposal approved by Andrew Campbell for 2 times replacement of genetic license. It's a technology company.
Probably something needed, but I don't know what it is.
I would say probably a security service or something.
You're above my grade.
Yeah.
Well, it's $7,667.32. And then there's another one that was on,
I don't know if Andrew ever came in here and talked about it, if I remember.
I don't,
828
828,
and
yep.
1024,
And
there's a
then-
935.
1024 was 935, and that's a service ticket for non-service contract customer for site visit to test a reader. So, something to do with an elevator, I guess. Test elevator reader. I don't know. But both of those together are $8,611.32. There's a lot of stuff with Andrew's name on it in here that they're,
But he doesn't have a funds his own, but
he does, yeah.
he does, but
He buys computers to everybody else
I'm
and
guessing,
things out of it.
and I may be wrong here, you know. If he goes to the highway department, he take it out of their funds, whatever he does, or that depend on,
I guess according to what he does, I don't know that
I think if
to
it's the
answer.
technical part of it, he takes it out of his own. but-
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Burris Electric. Late notice. Some light bulbs, it looks like $238 and light bulbs. Some more light bulbs at 850 K amp 4-foot bulbs, $98.70 on that one. Requesting payment in 30 days, and that was ordered on 12/28 of 2023.
And still isn't paid.
Still hadn't been paid. 1/8 of 24 was the other one. So one for 238, one for 98.70, and then there's a it says
Personnel contract.
this is another one for, it's not S&L, it's 256 Supply, but they supply them with salt, and I think it's about the same amount of time they get. I don't really know, but that's what it's auto shipped to them, is what it says here. Salt auto shipped. Looks like February 5th, 2024, $330. April 5th, 2024, $492.24, and then April 25th, $553.77, and that will be the amount for the remainder of these. May 16th, 24, the $553.77. July 12th, $553.77. August 30th, 2024, $553.77, and October 25th, $553.77. The total owed to them on salt is $3,591.11. That's drastically past due.
Jennifer, can you check to see how much is in that lit special purpose for me?
Which one?
The lit special.
Special purpose? Okay, what we've got, everything's not budgeted. You got $666,885.
And that's what's not budgeted.
That's what we've got after the court ordered money's been put in and what's not been budgeted. Now, last year we got a fifth payment of $96,000. That's not in that amount. And today I advertised, give me a second here.
Take your time.
I advertised on that, got a red paper right here somewhere. An additional $41,474 out of 1114 that can be used toward these outstanding bills.
Okay, so you've already figured out how much of these can be paid out of that?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
that's what.
On the papers that I gave you, the ones that's sent out there, and you'll see that I put on there, like, if you look on the back second page, that'd be like when you flip it over, where it says personal services, that 100,000 up there is what was the second quarter budget that we're putting in. The supplies, the 14,125 is the second quarter. The CO fuel is the court ordered fuel amount, and the 2024 the 2024 ad, the 27,952. That is what I figured would it take to pay these bills, and it's the same way on the second or the third little column down under that 1114. You've got your other services and charges at 413,350. That does include the second bond payment with the jail. That way it'll be prepared. We'll have it in the bank by June 5th when that's due. And then the CO fuel is the court ordered, and the 2024 edition is the 1355 or 13,522. And like I said, that totals up. Those two 2024 ads add up to $41,474. So there's plenty in 1114 to take care of that. It's the 1170 that we're,
Rough one.
yeah.
So this next one is from All Med First Aid and Safety. It looks like it is toilet paper, multi-fold towels, trash bags, 5, I guess you would say cases probably, because it's a 500 roll toilet tissue, 96 count. 5 of those at $58.95 a piece for $294.75. The multi-fold towel, one of those is $58.18, and 3 things of trash bags for $134.85. Total $487.78. Outstanding since September 25th of 2024. Much of this is going to be the same. It is from September 25th. 10/3 is the next one. Same amount of things. 5 toilet paper, 3 trash bags, 1 towels. Same price, $487.78. 11/14, which is,
JR,
ma'am.
have any of these accrued late fees or any kind of penalties?
You can't charge the county for that. I think that's what the S&L said.
I haven't seen
Oh,
any
they
yet.
can charge it.
Yeah.
Whether
I haven't-
they get paid or not, but-
I haven't seen any listed on here yet. None of them listed yet.
On those Amazon, how do we have outstanding balances with Amazon? My experience is you click it and you pay at the same time.
Yeah, I can't explain that either. That's my experience. They
Well,
don't
I'm
ship
just
it
thinking
to me.
about when you go to vote, what to pay and things you have questions
Right.
about you're gonna set aside. I mean,
Yeah,
my understanding is that Jennifer didn't get these till the end of the year, so I believe late fees should go against like the sheriff's bond or, you know, whatever it is.
No, I
because it
agree.
obviously was not the county's issue. So I think that that's important to put those aside and note. I mean, they're just not getting here timely either.
For this All Med company in total, it's from September to December of last year, $2,508.26 is what we owe them. Next up, HD Supply. Looks like they bought a black microwave, 4 microwaves at $316 for jail supplies, which I think each area over there or pod has a microwave in it for the food, I think is what, so they probably replaced some of them.
For out of our funds or out of commissary?
This is all requested out of tax dollars. Other than the one that I said earlier was paid by commissary. Charmex or Charmex, I don't know how to say that, but CHARMTEX, Charmtex. Looks like blankets. Ordered 3 cases of blankets for $332.70 on October 30th of 2024. And then 11/1. So on the 30th, 2 days later, we ordered inmate jumpsuits, a bunch of those, for $506.24. And then 4 days later, we ordered more at $772.80. And then they ordered 200 more blankets the next day. So they ordered blankets on 10/30, 3 cases, and then ordered 200 more on 11/7 for $1,780. So they need a bunch of blankets over it. You'd think with all we pay S&L, you wouldn't need very many blankets. Maybe I'm wrong. Not saying we shouldn't give inmates blankets. Don't get me there.
Better have one.
And I hate to say it,
Yeah.
I've only seen those 2.
So that would all be jail expenses there.
And I talked to Eric today, and I think he said the last time he paid it was October of 23. And when I called, they said, we'll send it to the jail. We can't do anymore.
And you already You already talked about that.
The salt, yeah, it comes
Is that
from.
for like a water softener or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And according to talking to Scott on Wednesday, sorry, I get my days confused, that's a necessity, and he says
Yeah.
that it absolutely has to be, because if you didn't stop the hard water,
Yeah,
the
I
repairs
can see
would be astronomical.
Exactly.
So, to answer your question, Heather, on this is another Amazon account. It says electronic funds transfer for Wells Fargo Bank. So and there's an account number on here that I'm not going to read, and a routing number. So it's been paid to Amazon. So they're apparently asking for reimbursement from the county for something, because this has a bank account and a routing number. I don't think we're giving them that for the general
You know,
funds.
let me ask if any of those are paid ACH.
This one that I'm looking at is $119.98 for 2 pairs of pants. Kinetic women's tactical pants. So $120 roughly, but
We don't, I'm guessing this, because I've been going a long time in this business, but I assume we don't give them a clothing allowance anymore.
well, we did, and then he
was
asked
getting something.
we did give.
He had his own quarterly.
Yes, he went to that system, which I don't know why those wouldn't be bought out of that. If you
Okay.
have a quartermaster
I don't know either.
system, I can't answer that. I mean, yes, I have that same question, I guess, for you. Looks like,
Well, Javier, I guess I want to make sure that we're staying on task. So going through these, are you putting some aside that are questionable that you want answers to before you guys approve the appropriation for it? And then you have ones that you know we have to pay for, and we have to figure out where to take it from, or
Yeah,
what's
so-
sort of the plan of going through?
I got James Ritchie with the list next to me. He's making some marks for us, and then if they're real questionable, I'm asking Commissioner Bomar to make notes for them as well, because they haven't even seen these bills to approve the claims on. So they have to go to them before they come to us.
Oh, they haven't even reviewed the claims pro. I think Jennifer mentioned that
Yeah,
Tuesday.
I think so.
So long of a meeting, so much was said, I can't remember everything. I
I understand.
haven't even been through the claims process then.
So, then,
And to answer your question, we do not pay anything through Amazon with ACH.
so those would actually be a reimbursement to something?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Next up is a couple of prisoner transport fees. I'll read the amounts, but I'm not reading the names on them. The first amount, the person came from the state of Missouri to us for $3,020. The next amount, they came from North Carolina to us for $1,445. That one is 10/29 of 24. This one is 11/5 of 2024.
I'm guessing here that we went and picked these people up and brought them back, is that what it
No, we
appears?
did not. They contracted a company to
Okay.
transport them here.
Same thing.
Yes,
only we didn't.
different, yes.
Yeah,
Same, but yeah, I'm with you.
And we may only pay one way that way.
yeah.
So, but yeah. Let's see what this is. M&M office for leases. Looks like there's from May 15th of 2023 is the invoice date on this. How's that even possible?
Which one was it?
M&M office, our local supplier. We haven't paid them since May 15th of 2023. Looks like they have a 36-month lease of a printer, a 48-month lease of a printer, a 60-month lease of a printer, and then they ordered some like printer cartridge stuff. But the total is $269.23.
Wasn't that budgeted last year as a lease payment?
Well, that would have been budgeted in 23. This is from May of 23.
What happened to the appropriation for lease payments?
You know, I
I
can't
mean, you would
answer.
have to transfer it to use it for something else, right? We would have had to approve.
Unless it was a like line and they transferred within their own lines. But
So he used it for another lease payment?
I don't know. Can't answer that. But there's another one on here from September 23rd of 2024 in the amount of $601.13. I can't imagine this company still doing business with you if you ain't paid your bill since May of 2023. I would have quit servicing your equipment. So that one was $600 and $601.13 in September 23 of 2024. October 23, 2024, there's another one for $579.57. So I'm guessing this is a monthly reoccurrence that we should have had budgeted for. And then 11/25 of 2024, $644.44.
What's that for? What's it? Just give you a listing on what it's for?
They've got 3 leases listed, a 48-month, which is weird because it was a 36 back here, wasn't it?
Or 136.
Well, the commissioners would have, I mean, if you sign a lease, the commissioner would have to be the one to sign it, right?
Yes, I would believe that would be correct, but I don't know. It looks like they got new printers somewhere between May of 23 and September of 24. There's different models and the pricing changes somewhat between those. So they got some new printers, but it
Well,
says,
those leases would have been approved by the commissioner, so Jennifer should also have some kind of record of those.
so they pay. I don't understand how printers work, so I may need to ask Andrew on this, or if you want to, because it's a contract type thing, Adam. But they have 3 leases, 2 are 48-month, 1 60-month. You pay a fee for that. Then there's a number of how many prints are ran, color and black, and they pay a different fee for that. So that's why it's never the same, and I don't know how you would budget for that.
Usage,
So-
print logs, or just replacing toner. But Andrew would be better.
But that's what the numbers are for. And then the last one on here is December 19th of 24. Same thing, the 3 leases and the number of prints that they printed, and it's $551.34 for a grand total. We owe M&M of $2,645.71. That's outstanding since May of 2023. I didn't even pay bills from 2 years ago. This is Lieberman Technologies, and it says invoice for sheriff services of software lease, tax warrant, cash book, $7,625, commissary NA, total $7,625. Payment ACH transferred to Indiana Members Credit Union. Anybody have any idea of what? I don't.
Transfer to?
That's what it says. Or
Explanation just.
I don't even know what that is. Tax warrant cash book / cash book. January 1 of 25 through December of 31. This is fairly new. They ordered it December 2nd of 24 for this year, I guess. We can ask, maybe Jennifer has some idea about that because it's tax related stuff. GFC charts for sheriff, $1,400. That's all it says. 12/3 of 2024. That's literally the invoice.
Charts?
Charts, like CHARTS for sheriff. I have no clue what that means. But the total on these two are $9,025. Kinley, you don't have any idea what Lieberman Technologies is, do you? Or a tax warrant book?
You know, that's familiar to me for some reason. I think you're right on that, on tax warrants.
Probably tax.
Well, I just looked it up. Any public officer in the state who receives distributes public funds shall keep a cash book wherein it shall be entered by daily, by item, and all receipts of public funds. So maybe they're getting the State Board of Account information together. It's possible.
It's possible. So this one is Municipal Emergency Services. It is 2 pairs of men's pants. There's some employee names on here, so it looks like they ordered some uniforms, 2 shirts, short sleeve shirts, 2 patches supplied by the office. So yeah, it's uniforms. Looks like we got 2 of each for this employee at the cost of $1,512.29.
And don't do employees or?
It does. I don't know if they're still there, is why I wasn't reading the name, because there's so much turnover over there. I don't want to throw somebody else out under the bus. I know that one's not there because he was a deputy. It's already quit, so I don't think it's right to name drop them guys.
Right, I agree.
But
I didn't know what the names of with the uniform.
yeah.
Somebody go back and check.
It's the same one. Seems like we ordered off a lot of stuff for one person, but the bill on that second invoice is $808.83. Looks like Class A uniforms that they ordered here for a person it works in the jail. Do they even wear Class A uniforms in the jail?
That's what I was gonna say, Class A or B.
That's it. Well, you wouldn't put
I've
the
never seen a deputy in a Class
short
A.
sleeve here, but whenever you go back here, it's remove the front buttons for epaulets and your.
Oh, their Class Bs have those silver buttons though, don't they?
But I've only known that person to work in the jail, not the road. So either way, we owe this company $2,321.12 for uniforms. Which I guess my question goes back to what Elizabeth said. If we're doing a quartermaster, how much are we putting towards that? And if we're not using it, maybe we need to look at paying the employees again. ECS, which is a electronic communication systems out of Bloomington. Looks like they ordered 6 Kenwood remote mount control heads for the amount of $3,380, and then 6 more. These are radios, in-car radios, has to be 6 of those for $5,784.96. Kenwood licensing is $2,980. Phase 1 trunking license $2,696.16. Some other miscellaneous stuff for the radio, and it's $16,177.56. What in the world happened to all the radios they bought on that grant? Because every car had one not too long ago whenever I was over there. But that's 6 new Kenwood radios. I thought they had Motorola radios. Didn't that like a big debacle here a while back that we were buying them? But those
I don't remember.
Those
Kenwood's the older.
I'm pretty sure the ones they have with the screens on the front, like the $8,000 one, I think that's a Motorola. Almost positive.
That one is, yeah.
Those are all Kenwoods. This is from Ray O'Haron. Let's see. I'm guessing these are new vests. Yep. Endeavor outer carrier with Velcro side panels. Why does a jailer need a vest?
Getting rambunctious in there.
Maybe. Capital gold letters.
It actually has a person's name on it?
Yeah, that's 2 people. That one does transports, which I can understand that completely, but that one, I don't know that he's ever worked anywhere but in the jail. The total that we owe for Ray O'Hare Vest Company is $2,082.14. Which is kind of troubling because I remember last year coming in here saying he had to buy a vest for deputies, and we allocated funds then at that time for vests for deputies.
You think that's it?
That ain't been paid though, so what happened to the money that was
Well,
allocated?
that's what I'm wondering, it's still sitting here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I need to put that together. I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
And it's on tape.
I know, right? So next up is Ben Tires for tires and parts. It looks like they ordered 6 tires at $124 a piece for $744.
When's that invoice?
This invoice is
Because we gave him over $375,000 last year in tires and parts.
9/13 of 2024.
You know, I'm curious, I don't know, who is Ben Tire?
I
Any
don't
interest on it?
Old Vernal Pike in Bloomington, Indiana.
Okay.
Is that where one of the
It
trucks
doesn't say
came?
what kind of tire, I mean, like
They're-
for a big vehicle or something.
235/55 R17s, and it does say RSA, which of those are Goodyear Eagle police tires.
You know, I know
They
it's
go on
an
those
army,
big trucks.
that's some of them army vehicles, I didn't know if it was something like that.
I hope we ain't buying tires for them things.
Well, I don't know,
Yeah, I
either, but
know.
I'm just trying to sort this out.
I agree.
Why you would go to Bloomington.
Exactly.
And they ship them to Scott County Tires. Is the ship to address.
Jeremy didn't come on?
Well, so it's a special, you say it went to, out here?
So we buy them and we ship them to Scott County Tire, and then I guess
Oh,
they
put them
go
on. you mean?
put them on.
Oh, okay.
These are probably truck tires, 4 of them, the 265/70 R18, some kind of
That's a big truck tire.
enforcer,
I know, that's what
I'm
my truck
wondering-
got on.
$810.56.
That's for a that'd be for a special vehicle. Like, I'm trying to sort this out why we do that, and that would make sense to me, some vehicle that they wouldn't have tires for out here.
That's what goes on my 3/4 ton Dodge,
Oh, it is?
that tire
Can you get
size.
them out here?
Yeah,
I'm sure you
Those have been able to. Maybe not that brand, but
Next up is Blue Line Graphics. It is from September 15th, 2024, and it says Ram Bottom Light Installs, the reference. This is out of Sellersburg, Indiana. Wayland strip light, a red, white, and a blue, white, and then mounting brackets, labor, shop supplies, stuff like that. $939.89 to add lights, and the due date on it was October 15th of 24. Another one, reference vehicle 1479, whatever that is, November 20th of 2024. Looks like they did a Wayland siren amplifier with slide switch, so that's a control box. Halogen and LED flasher. I didn't know they made that kind of thing anymore. Sound off signal, flashback taillight flasher, a siren. This is like a whole car build out, it looks like. I put an antenna on it. I mean, yeah, that's a whole vehicle build. $3,804.55 to that company. Blue Line Graphics. Never heard of them. John Jones installed a decked storage system and a tri-fold cover. Those are expensive. It doesn't say what vehicle, but it was from September of 24 through $3,800 to put that in the bed of
it
that.
says it's Ram
Yeah,
Classic.
24.
Yeah, 24
Ram.
Ram Classic.
And
which-
both of them, there's two of them identical. One's for 9639 and 7388. I'm assuming those are plate numbers or ID numbers or something.
They need to shop at a better place. No offense, John Jones, but I got that in my truck and didn't pay anywhere near that. And it looks like the back flip topper was $1,700 and the decked Silverado bed store. Why are we doing Silverado? They have Silverado trucks?
Where's this at? Which,
A decked Silverado bed storage, $2,100.
is this John Jones as well? What's this?
It's John Jones also. Maybe they just ordered a Silverado and put it in a Dodge, because it still says 24 Ram. It's one of those new trucks that they got.
Both of them over here say 24 Ram.
This one's a 23 Ram is what it says. 1500 black. It says the same thing, so it's probably they just put it in there wrong. But another one for both of those are $3,800 times 2 vehicles. Midwest Radar, $492. It says radios, but it's listed as a stalker radar unit, so it's not a radio. There's some unit numbers, I think, or serial numbers. They probably, I think this company used to come in and calibrate the radars years ago. $492. Safety Clean is up next. Product delivery. Looks like we got oil delivered. What else?
Safety Clean normally.
5W30 full synthetic oil. 3,000.
Clean it or take the oil with them
Should a
too.
lot of that not been paid out of all this tires and parts that we spent?
That's what I'm thinking. $1,000 in.
About $340,000 last year on tires.
The total to Safety Clean is $4,000
$340,000.
For tires
and
and
parts. $4,730.40 there.
And all this
And then these stuff,
on top of it.
Yeah. I don't know, you're smarter than I am to be there.
Scott's Hardware. I don't know what this is. It's just a bunch of hardware stuff. 50 of hole saw with a arbor 4-inch, and then a bunch of hardware. $310.81. Fasteners and hardware, building materials. A measuring wheel, 12-inch measuring wheel for $71.99. Red Devil silicone, black and gold drill bits, a bunch of drill bits, a bunch of silicone, another saw, hole saw,
I'd like to come with me some more like for Eric.
AA batteries, caulking, carriage bolts,
I mean, what would he be doing with a bunch of bolts and drill bits over there?
I don't know, I mean, I just,
That's,
Jeremy may be working on a car.
jumbo pencils, red pencils.
maybe, yeah. But a 4-inch hole saw, that's for putting in the gooseneck.
That's
yes.
carpet pad strip. $324.97.
You know, the sad part, I don't want to be looking at these bills.
I don't either. I got better
I
things
just
to do.
want when you run out of money, quit spending.
you come to it.
You know, and if you need a bag of bolts, buy
Connect
one,
to the
you need a
Wi-Fi.
bag of bolts. But you don't buy a bag of bolts, we get that money to pay for it.
Is it the gas?
Yeah, I think. Let me see if I can find it.
Say, guys, I need more money.
SCG, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the guy that sat here says, look, Sheriff, we don't have no more money.
Lauren Ritchie.
Lauren Ritchie, is that what it says? That's weird.
She
She got my phone book. She been talking to Adam.
Alright. This is all Scott's Hardware. I have no idea what this stuff is. Tape measures. I mean, I can read off some of the stuff. Ball peen hammers, black pipes.
That sounds like it.
Extension
One of those have a
cords.
signature on them,
Yes,
every one of these bills.
looks like that. Which I don't
That
know
looks like my signature.
who that would be.
Okay, I mean, that's what I'm saying, every one of those, somebody signed.
Somebody signed for this stuff, yes. And they even have the receipts attached that has the, and they're all the same scribble. So, total for Ace Hardware is $1,200.56 from that stuff.
How far back did that go to?
I want to say it was August of last year. Let's see, this is Titan Tint. Titan Tents for a graphic package out of Salem, Indiana, $350. Another one of a Durango, $350. A Ram, $350. Ram, $350. A Taurus graphics unit. Do we even have a Taurus?
Taurus?
Yeah.
I think there might be some older ones over there.
They paid $120 to remove graphics and $350 to put it back on. So $470. Front to, I don't know what that is. Visor, oh, it's window tint probably. $120. Caution K9 unit, $50. Window tint's all it says on that one for $200. But total to Titan tint from all of these a lot of these, not all of them, a lot of them range from about September of 2024, looks like, when he decided to quit paying bills through, and there's $2,240 total to Titan tint.
Just for info on away from these, we talked last meeting about the lawnmower cemetery.
Yeah.
I called Randy about that, and I thought, everybody kept saying that just been bought, and that was bought back in September.
You're right. I'm sorry, we got that invoice today and it was 9/4/930.
But he wasn't sure what fund they took. He said probably cemetery, but you said there's not enough money
There's
there
not
to
enough
pay
money
that.
in there, yeah.
So, I mean, we can have them come in and all that.
So that is the 2024 bills,
That's-
right? So
Well, yes,
The
that's
biggest-
one we received 12/31/24.
24. The biggest question I have from that stack of takeaways is the Amazon, like, if it was paid, are they asking for reimbursement from somewhere?
They'd have to be, because we didn't pay it by ACH.
Right, that's what I was thinking, is you don't
That's what I
pay,
wanted to double check.
you don't
with
pay
Mandy.
anything ACH, do you? Or-
Oh, we do. We
Just
do
not
different things, but
Amazon.
Not the Amazon, no.
Okay.
I'm not up for paying money back.
Yeah, I don't,
And I'd like to know why
If
they,
paid the bills, the bills paid. That's what concerns me.
I'd like to know why there's so much out of tires and parts and all that stuff that's,
yeah, I agree.
And then what bank account is that?
yeah.
The Wells Fargo account.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Because, we don't really use Wells Fargo.
Let's see here.
Well, if he had
This is what you were talking about, the
money
inmate
for a
housing?
account,
Yes.
He paid
Okay.
his Amazon out of it. I don't want to pay it back to them. You know, does that make sense? Because it had.
Well, I'd like to know what the account, it's y'all counsel, but what is that account? When our banking is primarily done somewhere else, and who has justification over that account? Like, just a few questions I would have.
Jennifer, was you, or Jennifer, I looked the one way and the wrong way. Heather, was you aware, I don't know if you were in whenever we were talking about, but this bill came in just recently. It's for the inmates housed at Clark County Sheriff's Office, and there's a breakdown on here of like how many days they were there and things like that. So I almost would like to maybe get a copy of this one if I can,
Yeah.
and rectify the date in, date out with the judge's order and make sure when we were sending people, because there was some rumors floating around that there was some people there longer before we brought them back. Some of these look like they were there 14 days, but it's a total of 492 days is what we owe for 46 inmates that he sent out, and $18,450. So, are you good with that? We reconcile with the judge's order to make sure we were back in timely manner? Is that what we need to do, you think? You're still muted.
Yeah, she is.
She doubled your bill?
I don't know if I don't think I can change you.
No.
There you go.
I'm looking for the case right now because I didn't bring the file home with me to see
Yeah, no worries.
where we're at.
We can, if I set that one there, is it good? And to go back in the stack. While we're looking that up, this says a Motorola payment for dear valued customer. We want to take this opportunity to thank your business, show there's an outstanding balance due on your customer account. Balance is $38,852.54. Of this balance, the $38,852.54 is past due and request immediate payment. So it looks like we bought a bunch of radios, I guess, or some amount of radios, and then paid a payment of $918.71, and are now asking the taxpayers of Scott County to foot the rest of the bill.
Is that 25 or 24?
Yeah, 25. And it was received by Jennifer 2/12 of 2024 is what it says. Is that right?
No, it should be 2/12.
Okay, that's what I thought. But
should be
invoice date is
12/25.
1/15/2025. So I got questions on that too. Like, if that's the radios that nobody agreed to
And I'm
buy,
pretty sure that is a request out of the auction fund. And that 96, I think
that's
9657.
$38,852.
What's the fund number
Oh.
out there?
Yeah, 9657. So he wants to pay out of his auction proceeds for that.
So the order was entered on, December 19th, and he filed suit on December 9th, so that's at least 10 days. Did he start moving them before he filed suit?
So these, they say date in 12/11 is the earliest I see. Date.
I don't understand though why I still don't understand why he was moving them in December when he said that it was because he wasn't gonna have any part-time, right?
Right.
And his budget was not affected until January 1, right?
He was
We
funded.
funded everything he asked for. We set the meeting about ARP funds. He said he didn't need anything else. So
Yeah.
he would not have had an issue with jail. And that's probably something we need to bring up, next time we meet with litigation counsel, but
Looks like
he wouldn't have needed to do that.
The
until
latest I
January 1.
see was 12/27 is when they were picked up, most of them.
I think 8 days is a little
So-
bit too long. I mean, you're talking about that we met with the judge on December the 19th, which was a Thursday.
Yep. I
And it
agree.
took him until the next Friday to pick up.
I agree. It seems kind of excessive to me, but
Yeah.
especially for 40 people, I mean, make some arrangements, but that's what that says.
Were they all from Clark County? Is that all Clark County?
Yes. Amazon, ice cleats, traction for snow grips for boots for women and men to protect from hiking, fishing, walking, climbing, or mountaineering. We ordered 25 pieces of those for $539.50. Ice cleats on January the 8th. All right.
24?
No, this year. Or yeah. No. 25. Sorry about that. January 8, 2025. They ordered $539.50 worth of ice cleats.
Okay. Well, don't we have he has an appropriation, right?
These are Amazon. Amazon's had to have been paid. I don't see any reason why we're paying these, but that
I
would
guess
be.
I don't understand why he gave Jennifer some 2025 and why we're looking at 2025 when he was appropriated most line items, just a fourth of what he asked for the year was given to him.
And attached to the 2025 bill for ice cleats is an enforcer tent meter. They ordered 4 of those that are $120 a piece August 7th of 2024 and turned the invoice in with the 2025. So $478 in August of 24. We stapled it and sent it with a claim for ice cleats in 25.
Some of these vendors, I can't imagine, and I think you said this, JR, I can't imagine some of these vendors are waiting a year to get paid.
I can't
I
either.
mean, maybe we should make some calls to these vendors and confirm this hasn't been paid. I mean, I know the one guy came to the meeting this week, but I mean, I can't imagine not paying someone for a year and they're just gonna let it ride.
Right.
You don't pay me for a year, I fire you as a client, right?
Right? These are all Scott's Ace Hardware again, and they look to be signed by the same person. More hole saws, and they go through a bunch of them. Super glues.
Looks like they're trying to break the prisoners out.
No, a few of them got down there.
Cord replacement, yeah, they've already left on their own a couple times.
What's the $2,000?
Scissors. Which one?
From Scott's, $2,000.
I ain't got that yet. I ain't got there yet. Let me
Oh,
look.
okay.
Is it Scott?
1, 2 of 25. That's 12/18. 12/18, same day.
Yeah, January 2nd, 2025.
Let's see if we can get through. Here we go. Paint, brush, roller frame, 4-piece paint brush set, bed liner spray, long nose pliers, bed liner spray, 15-ounce bulk cans, spray paint. Oh, they bought 12 bags of ice melt, 50-pound bags that were $215.89 for them 12 bags. But the total on everything they bought that day is $2,073.41. Bunch of paint and bed liner spray is what it looks like to me. Snow shovels, 2 of them. This is just a couple days later, 6 more bags of ice melt. I thought Randy took ice or salt up there to them.
It was after.
They'd already went and bought all Scott's
It's
out.
kind of when they saw the bills for all the salt. I think that's when he went and bought the barrels and they did that.
I don't blame
later.
him. I probably would too.
Yeah. And the highway department bought it and then we reimbursed them. Cause they get it cheap.
That's still
Yeah.
25 though, right? But it says February 12, 24.
I think we
It was a
didn't change
mistake.
our-
I think we messed
No,
that
there
up.
are some, it looks like there might have been some 25.
There's
might have been faster.
13 more bags of ice melt, $235, $34.
And then the Amazon ones, it was also the same.
Hook ceiling roof coating. What the hell do we buy roof coating for? 2 things of roof coating, $81.96. Rollers, paint brushes and rollers, $50. Pliers.
Like Heather's saying, is there not something in his budget for that?
That's what I would think. I don't know. Well, what in the world are we painting so much of over there? Paintbrush sets, like 3 paintbrush sets. Do they do that much painting? More spray paint, more batteries. More paint supplies, more paint supplies.
Same person signed all that stuff.
Yeah, the same J scribble. It looks like $4,167.22 from the date range of 12/18 of 2024 through February 5th of 2025 to Scott's Hardware.
Now, is that the one that there's no information at the top, like where to?
Yeah,
Yes.
nothing here.
Because that's one of the things we don't even know where that should go to.
Well, I'm guessing most of that. Well, I don't know. How do you build bed liner coating and roof
Or it could be
coating?
used for anything else, I don't know.
Hey, were those uniforms bought this year?
Those were last year's.
Yeah, they were in 24.
Okay, because he's got some in public safety. I mean, he's
There's-
got some money appropriated, it's just, repairs and maintenance, he's got 5,000.
There is some uniforms on 25.
25.
Contractual services, he's got 42,000 sitting in there. I mean, if Gateway's right, and public safety seems to be right, it seems to be the general fund that's not correct on Gateway, but.
Indiana
I mean, he's
University
got
Health.
62.5 for tires and parts. So he's got some money for 2025.
Isn't there money for medical in the jail? In the 20?
In the jail, let me go to special purpose.
Because this is invoice date 1/1 of 25. Austin Jail Monthly Clinic. There's
Institutional
charges for that.
medical services contract, we have $68,750 that were appropriated according to Gateway. He asked for $303,000, and we gave him $68,750 for the quarter.
What
Man,
you're
that's
looking at might be different.
$2,800. 28.98.
Well, this is what this is what the DLGF says that we have. This is our budget through Gateway.
So
And I know that the general fund one is not correct because it shows like we gave everybody everything they
Right.
asked for.
and this says
But
1114.
this one shows the differences, like, this shows he asked for 300,000 in medical services, and we only gave him the quarterly, the 68,570,
I think
or
that only,
750, sorry.
I think that only covers the contract. And then there's another
Okay.
one where people come in, like there's the contract, and I'm not certain on the differences, but they did come back, Adam's aware, and have a different contract earlier this year.
The dental?
The dental, and they come in.
This one just says Indiana
Well,
University
he's got
Health.
25,000 in HIV hospitalization, he's got 87.5 in medical and dental, He's got 8750 in a hospitalization line. He's, the 68 is in the medical contract. He's got another contractual service line. Institutional supplies, he's got 2,500. I mean, he's got some money for some of these 2025 things.
Heather, this one says Austin Jail monthly clinic salary and Austin Jail monthly clinic fringe. And it's $1,449.20 each payment. So the first one was for the month of January, and the second one is for the month of February. So it's $1,500.
Is it where they took somebody to the clinic?
I think it might be.
I don't know.
I'm not
Okay.
certain of that. But I think that might be.
Well, he's got 87.5,
That's I'd flag that one.
800,750 in hospitalization, or 87.50 in a medical and dental line.
Yeah, because they said the dental line, or the contract, I think they said it's like 2,300 per visit, because they have to have so many people.
You have to have so many. I think it has to be 10.
10? Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. 10.
And so he has more than enough in that account to cover three and a half visits.
So I guess that's my question, why are we dealing with 2025? He's got appropriations.
Yeah.
And when we appropriate for next quarter, if more, we need in different lines, then we need to know, but
I feel like
other
this-
than that, we should be going ahead and take it out of his already appropriated funds.
I feel like this Walgreens should be in 24. It's from 11/2 of 24 and 12/3 of 24.
But we can no longer pay bills from 24 out of 24.
We got a whole stack of them we gotta do something with though. I mean, I guess we ought
We're
to
gonna
talk
pay,
about.
what she's saying is 24 is closed, we gotta pay him.
I'm just saying, should we move this over there to talk about since it ain't been paid since November of last year?
We'll pay it where we have to pay it, and that's one of those things. I've added both of them up, and and Heather, I can email a copy of you. They've got a copy of what I advertised today, what I sent off, and it shows what we've pulled in and what we're going to need to cover everything and that includes the second quarter appropriations.
Didn't we do an appropriation for Walgreens? Cause they was gonna stop
HIV meds.
payment.
If we did that, it would have been back in the fall.
I remember y'all talking about that. I don't
I thought it
remember.
was like the latest crisis
From the 4-hour meeting we
that
had
day.
Tuesday, and today, I mean, we just have a lot of questions. The sheriff's gonna have to, if he wants more appropriated and he wants these bills paid, I feel like the sheriff needs to come and communicate and, answer the questions that these guys have, right?
I mean, this
I
is
feel like
4
we could
prescriptions
have
for
gotten something done today. I had
$16,000.
someone from the sheriff's office been there to answer the questions.
I agree.
JR, do you agree with that?
I wholeheartedly agree.
Okay, because I don't think the problem is finding money and appropriating reasonable expenses. I think it is that there's just so many questions.
Right.
So somebody wants to reach out to the sheriff to make sure he has someone there to answer questions. That would be helpful.
We can do that.
Call him and see if somebody can get over here to,
And I ain't gonna be here at home.
Yeah. This is.
I'm gonna leave a little bit.
yeah, I gotta leave
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
I mean, most of these look like pretty routine stuff that.
I think a lot of that stuff can be explained, but I don't mean it's.
Yeah, but
Most
he's got,
everything I'm hearing is something that's.
well, so far, this is 25, should have the money in his budget to pay it.
Does he have a separate
We're just talking about explaining what these
website?
things are.
web hosting package from January to March for $750?
He has the app that Don Campbell helped build out.
Jennifer, have you closed out 24's book to know what reverted back
Says
to
it's a
general and the
web
lit and
hosting
all that? Like,
package.
Yeah,
have you had any money that reverted?
We did, and I mean, that was what was in there. It's in your financial report that you were given Tuesday night.
Hasn't been updated.
Okay. So it was in that sheet that basically broke out the core. Okay, gotcha. I just didn't bring all that home with me. I'm sorry.
This Amazon bill's a printer for $200.
A printer?
Yeah. Scottsburg Glass for a door closer, $205. Like, I think some of the stuff ought to be.
So that was actually a printer and not ink?
Yeah, it was a printer.
But what about the other 4 or 5?
That was gonna be my next question.
I don't know.
The Scottsburg Glass, shouldn't that be out of the building?
Could be, I think, out of.
Look at that one, John, pull it up, and look at, what's it say at the top?
There you go.
That top square, is it out of 1114?
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah.
So, if it's been work that's done on the jail, if it's out of their
Yeah,
repairs and
right,
maintenance,
yeah.
that's what it would be.
Yeah.
S&L for $1,143 repairs to the jail. And I flipped through them, looks like they're all jail related. Trying to speed up some so you guys ain't here forever. Boiler check.
Like a contract.
Check. Looks like they called to have their boilers checked and serviced. It is $2,228.33 from Dunlap Mechanical. More Amazon, one more. It is a copper knee brace 2-pack.
I do know when you're dealing with government, prices always go up.
I know that it's like,
Take the pause real quick.
No,
No.
I understand that's right, but it's so many places
I don't
around
think
the
that
world.
would be in there.
Yeah,
put that one down there, you have that older.
Here.
I mean, there's just so many. Everybody can do.
Life Spring, December of 24. Total of 20.5 hours at $50 an hour. $1,025. No, I think we paid the jail medical contract. Is what we paid the other night. McKesson. What in the world is that? It's listed as medical. McKesson Medical Surgical Government Solutions, but it says 112 of 22 chargeback overpaid invoice, $255.32. 719 of 22 an invoice for $133.10. Then a whole list of finance charges from 23 all the way through 2024, ending in April of 2024. Then there's more finance charges, and they don't amount to a whole lot, but I mean, they add up. And then another invoice in October of 24, more finance charges, 2 more invoices in December, more, that's the same bill, it's just a duplicate. Yeah. The total to them is $565.99. I don't know, why do we have finance charges? Any idea? Or what we finance?
What was it for?
Medical? McKesson Medical?
You'll have to ask him.
I guess somebody make a note about McKesson Medical, why we have finance charges. This is your dental services, your portable dental services for $2,400, which I think you said you changed contract or something on that, right?
No, we renewed it, but it went up $300 per whole visit. And so make sure, like, need to come to y'all, make sure that it's appropriate for that.
Gotcha. More toilet paper from AllMed, as well as sanitary napkins, multi-fold towels. Total we owe them is $2,021.58, but it's all current from, that's 1 month. A lot of toilet paper. $256 supplies, salt, I'm guessing. No, I don't know what this is. Ice melt, more of that. Salt for the parking lots on January 17th, and then it says roller pads and roller handles.
More painting.
More painting. Woven covers, brush set, more drill bits. $86.54. Wonder why all of a sudden they started going to $256 supply in Austin instead of Ace might have cut them off. I don't know. And these are more Amazon. Looks like a 8x10 picture frame set, $30. 8.5 by 11 certificate frame, 2 of them for $30 roughly.
I'm gonna give you a guess that's probably from the programs as inmates.
Certificate
With
frames,
some welding tools. I don't
140,
know that, but probably. huh?
143.80.
Certified or here.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to look at that and go, that don't make sense, but
It probably is, either that or was the Christian bunch that's
something
paid
like
for
that,
it.
yeah.
Coffee and coffee cups,
That's important.
$250.
Keep you going during this.
Pet Solutions, no rinse floor
Pet
cleaner. That's what it says. Pet Solutions, no rinse floor cleaner.
Is that the Odo ban?
Odoban, yeah. Disinfectant concentrate. Is that what they clean with, I guess?
I would say that's a very good disinfectant and smell reducer.
It ought to be. It's
Yeah, you got a
$300.
box sometimes, right? And get
Yep.
the-
Ink cartridge replacement for Canon printer, $35. That ain't nothing crazy. Non-slip shoes for men food service. Slip-on resistant sneakers, $30.
In the last quarter of '24, did the sheriff's office submit a claim to the school for $8,000 in overtime? Or was there any additional funding that the sheriff's office asked the school for?
The only invoice that went over there was the resource officer one.
Yeah, was there one for overtime for resource officers?
No.
Okay.
We just send them a straight billing. Now, they did come back and talk to me and said that they felt like they were overbilled. And I told them, I said, I just go with what the sheriff numbers give me.
Okay.
So they've sent a number back what they think it is. So
Gotcha,
we haven't
okay.
reconciled that with the sheriff's office yet.
Gotcha, I had something
But we
for
never
us.
do
Why?
anything with overtime.
More shoes.
Okay, well, that's what I was making sure.
Slip resistant shoes. I'm guessing that's what people wear probably in the jail. Shower liner, shower curtains, shower curtain rods. 24-hour sanitizing spray, spray bottles. Oscillating ceramic tower space heater. 2 of them at $130. White plastic perforated tile with 3/8 holes, whatever that means. 4-pack of them. That's $330.60. Rust-Oleum epoxy seal concrete garage metallic gray. 4 of them at $253.48. Armstrong ceiling tiles, $200. More garage paint, $253.48. That run through Amazon is $2,870 and a penny.
And those Amazon, those are the ones you want the card for.
Sam's, I thought they wanted to
I think
start,
it was
wasn't it?
Sam.
Well, I think it's both.
You got a card for that?
He's got a Sam's card, and we were asking about that. But I think the Sam's card is a membership card.
Yeah.
And then I think the debit card that he's using is, I think to order maybe Sam's and
Didn't we just
Amazon.
recently didn't he want a new one or something? He just wanted just something about.
He
the
wants a
card.
policy is what he
It's
emailed
the
me
policy
and
that
said
we
he
need.
wants us to write a policy, and I said,
That's not, well, that's not true. I think that's where the confusion lies. The SBOA didn't say, and I'm still waiting for a response from the SBOA, but they didn't say they wanted a policy. They said what happened was the commissioners voted and gave him the okay to have a debit card for the inmate trust account. And that
Which is the concert.
the commissioners were not the proper body to do that, so they wanted the council to vote. If they wanted him to have a debit card for the inmate trust account, they wanted the council to vote. We have a credit card policy. My email to the SBOA was, 1, does the credit card policy also cover the debit card? And 2, I don't see where you say you want a policy. And they said their understanding was they just wanted someone to say it's okay for him to have a debit card. So I don't know if you guys are okay with him having a debit card to the inmate trust account. It's not to the commissary account to go buy supplies for a commissary. It's for the inmate trust account. And I think in the commissioner's minutes says he wanted that out of that account so that he could go buy commissary for the inmates locally. Well, that should come out of a commissary debit card, not a trust account debit card. So I'm not convinced that, I mean, we may be the right body to come before to ask if he can have access to that, and that we approve of him having that debit card, but I don't know that we have to. It's not a have to. We have a policy. We have a credit card policy, and it should apply to debit cards, but that's what I'm waiting for the answer for. If we need a debit card policy, it's gonna be the exact same as credit card policy. It's just gonna say debit card policy. Or I guess Zach can advise his clients to put a definition that this also covers credit cards, or debit cards, and amend that policy. But that's not what they asked for. They didn't ask for a policy. They asked for us as a council, for you guys to give him permission to have that card out of that account.
This bill is for that Charm Tex, and they ordered shampoo from there for the, I guess, an inmate's, $1,386. This is Amazon pants, an Under Armour lace-up boots, $203.98. Women's orthopedic outdoor black boots with arch support, $106.69. On that one, total is $310.67 to Amazon. $31.96 more to Amazon is says medic patch, 4 by 1.4 inches PVC patch and hook. Whatever, I don't know what you need a medic patch for. It seemed like that'd be EMS, but they ordered a bunch of them. So $31.96. Or several of them, I should say, not a bunch. Ray O'Hare uniform. .12 point of aim impact rounds, $330. Freight $731, so $337.31 on that.
What'd you say that was again?
12 gauge point impact rounds.
Are we talking ammunition?
I'm guessing we're talking less lethal rounds is what I'm guessing.
Rubber,
Like, yeah,
sim
rubber.
rounds or something.
Probably like the rubber bullets that you shoot out of a shotgun.
Well, the reason I
Less
ask
lethal
you,
rounds.
they don't have the regular ammo fund anymore we used to have years ago. Also,
I don't
when
know.
they did away with the
Yeah,
gun permits, I
they did
assume
that.
that was going too.
I would guess you're
I just
correct.
thought there
I
might
don't
be some
know.
money in the gun permit fund to pay some of that firearms fund.
Quick clip set of two, $70. Not really sure what all it is. Flex badges, 2 of them, looks like they're $90. Flex badge, gunmetal, $274.82 for badges. More badges, 4 of them at $180, another $184.39. Total there is $877.07. Ray O'Hare uniforms.
But you're showing us the paperwork, you don't actually have the actual invoice there, do you?
They do, yes. Like this is John Jones, so this is the actual invoice for a 2012 Dodge Charger sedan that was delivered 5/4 of 2012, in service date 2019. So it looks like he's had this car since 2009, May of 2019. It's a 2012 car, has 199,701 miles on it. And general concerns are a complete overhaul requested. Customer contact preference status, Sheriff Gooden or Jeremy McIntosh, 27-point inspection, diagnostic test, general concerns, $89 there, 130 parasitic draw test, so that would be something electrical. Customer states the transmission is slipping from time to time. Driver's front side door armrest needs replaced. Spotlight needs fixed. Check the car front to back. Fix anything that needs to be fixed. So it looks like they did Brake pad replacement, resurface, replace the rotors. The complete front brake job was $779.95. Rear brakes, change the rotors and pads on that. Replace the rear brakes. That one is $827.94. Looks like drive shaft replaced, center joint boot missing. So they put a new drive shaft in it at $2,110. Prop shaft isolator at rear differential. Replace that. Replace the rear differential mount for a total of $286.20. Both upper and lower torsion arms, front suspension, ball joints. Looks like the entire front end was replaced at $2,445.12. This is all in the same car. Air filter housing, filter missing, $397.60. A 4-wheel alignment was $90. Windshield washer nozzle problem, so they replaced all of those, $239.29. Cooling system issue at $152.16. Brake fluid service, $150. Rear differential gearbox service of $142.79. Fuel system service at $179.98. Hemi tune-up, replace 16 spark plugs at $518.80. New wiper blades at $77.20. Oil change, $66.78. Road force balance on all tires, $99.95. Electrical diagnostic, no communication with a module and inoperative spotlight, $130. Update the modules, an additional $130. New door panel, $1,207.50. Transmission fluid filter replace with a new pan on the transmission, gasket and oil, all $558.03. Tire pressure monitor control, replace that at $332.40. Engine oil pan, $1,491.80. Looks like the rear cradle bolts are broken off from excessive wear, $2,168.19. Engine mounts, $780. It says do not close this until we received PPVs, whatever that means.
Was anything working on this car when you took it there?
Well, the only complaint was slipping in the transmission every once in a while.
Looks like there's another listing on here for after they did the brake jobs, then they went back and did rear calipers and hoses, $442.70. All 4 tire pressure sensors, $560. Coolant hose, $232.58. HVAC recirculate actuator, $313. New oxygen sensors, $230.
What was the total bill on this, JR?
I'm getting there. We're still on the same.
So I'm not a Scott County taxpayer, but I'm starting to get upset listening to all this. Is it a $1,000 car?
Yes, ma'am. 200.
So on the spreadsheet,
It is $28,515.93, and that is $6,476 in labor, $11,980 in parts, and it says sublet, whatever that means, $10,019. Shop supplies of $40 gives you $28,000.
2012 Dodge Charger?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
did about $6,000.
Yeah, on a good day.
yeah.
It was bought used back when I worked there, so.
So somebody just took a car to John Jones, dropped it off, said whatever you can possibly waste money on, pile it all into this car.
Well, not anyone took it. Gooden's Towing took it.
He paid for that also.
Well, and I'm going to be honest with you. Anything on these lists, I'm not going to pick a department apart because I mean most
Sure.
of this you can very easily justify: blankets, clothing.
A lot of
But
it,
when
yeah.
you say this right here, this is the kind of stuff that sends me over the edge.
Yep.
Because at what point do you say this car is only valued at $6,000? Let's
Joe.
get on Gov Deals or something and find a car valued at whatever rate to be able to replace
Well, we
this with.
spent $300,000 in tires and parts in 24.
Charger GT for 26,000.
We spent $300,000 last year in tires and parts. You could have bought an entire fleet of cars and we ain't even paid this bill.
I mean, I guess my question is, would you do this to your own car at home?
Nobody would.
So if you're not, why are you doing it here? That's unacceptable. Straight
A
up.
20, and you can't. What our argument I have is if he comes in here today and asks for new vehicles, it's got to be a pickup, a crew cab pickup truck, or an SUV. Those are $50,000 to $60,000 cars, but you'll put $30,000 in a 2012 Charger that has 200,000 miles on it. Nobody can make that make sense. Like this, a 2015 Ram has 142,752 miles. Customer states faint smelling, wires burning. Technician, don't smell anything. That's $165. Tire pressure light on. Lost 2 of the TPM sensors. You can get them fixed right here. I had all my wife's done at Scott County Tire. Nowhere near $165. Taking it to the dealer. Like, this is the ridiculous spending of every taxpayer in Scott County spending their money on stuff that shouldn't be used.
I'm gonna open my mouth here as professionally as I possibly can.
Please be careful.
The
Please no
fact-
F-bombs.
The fact is, we overspent every budget or payroll budgets and ended up paying payroll out of other things.
That
Is that correct?
Basically, yes.
Okay, so every one of these, had he not overspent to begin with, all of these would have been paid without having to spend days and days of our lives trying to figure out how to come up with more money we would have never even noticed something this stupid. Our entire problem going on right now that's costing this county a fortune is the mismanagement of Jerry Gooden. It is not that we have cut him short on money or everything the man has ever asked us to do, we have done. We have appropriated money that we didn't have, but we reached back into savings and done it. And he is still insisting on doing stupid stuff like this right here. This board, everybody else in this county is suffering like hell because of Jerry Gooden's inability to manage money. Jerry Gooden needs to be sitting right beside of Jamie Knoll right now is what he needs to be because he has bankrupted this county.
Hey, Heather, here's
And
another.
It's just pure mismanagement.
This is another 2012 Dodge Charger that arrived at John Jones October 7th of 2024. This is one bill of all of them, but they have them totaled up here. From this same car is $28,424.34, and it has 155,500 miles on it. So
You said that was 2024?
I don't pay taxes in Scott County and everything. That, I mean, I'm looking at 2012 Dodge Chargers. They're $7,000 cars right now. A brand new one's maybe $30,000.
A brand new one's.
You want to go the Jamie Knoll way and get the Hellcats or whatever, you're going to pay a lot more. But I can't imagine the sheriff's department would need one of those.
So this is three vehicles to John Jones for $35,968.64 is that bill for him. But
Well, and I guess who's supporting these repairs? I mean, if he doesn't have money
Jerry
in
Gooden.
an appropriated budget, he should be asking for an additional appropriation before he goes and does it. I don't
signature's on that.
know what the
Yeah.
conversations
Make
are
him pay
between
for
the
it.
sheriff's office, but does he ever call?
his signature's on
And
all
say,
of
how
them.
much do I still have appropriated in this line?
He doesn't do that,
No.
does he?
I mean, I think you could call and say, hey, on my car repair line,
If you
do
say,
I have enough to take two $7,000 cars and turn them into $30,000 cars?
if you sign an invoice, do you have to pay for it? If you
I
sign
mean,
it,
eventually what's gonna happen is the county's gonna get sued for payment.
but I mean, if somebody signs an invoice, in my business, if I sign an invoice to Scott's Hardware or whatever, they can come and sue me because I signed that invoice. I've got to pay it.
Seems a little different though when you're a corporation and
Yeah,
you're a
well.
county, I
So
mean.
here's new tires on a 22
That case law
F-150
says that he has to be able to
Scott County
take care of
Tire.
jail. It doesn't say he has the right to take a $7,000 car and sink 30,000.
Apparently.
There is nobody on this board has ever tried to cut him short of being able to run that jail. No, nobody, not one of us.
We just asked him to cooperate is what all we've done.
They only have one 2020 Ram 2500, don't they? Which is that red one. Right? I don't think there's any of the other
They
ones.
had a gray one, didn't they?
A 3/4.
A red and a
Is
gray
it a
one.
3/4 ton? I don't know. Anyway, apparently they can't get their oil changed with everybody else, so they went to Scott County Tire and it cost us $121.94 for an oil change on that
Well,
one
it's
vehicle.
expensive for an oil change. Filters are stupid, right?
But we just
I
bought
know-
oil.
I know that. I get it. I understand.
I mean, I think these companies are doing what they should and they're trying to help out local companies, but it's,
John Jones is no more at fault in that than I would be. If you bring me a car, you drop it off at my shop and you say you find everything you can find wrong with that car, let's punish these SOBs, let's see how much money we can waste on this car. I'm gonna go through that car from bumper to bumper and I'm gonna find every bolt that's got a scratch on it and replace it, and that's exactly what they've done.
That does what it, I mean, that is truly what it seems like.
Well,
It seems
that's what
like
sounded
it was a
like. Look for
direct,
any- yeah.
just
Well,
in your face.
I'm pretty tired of
situation.
Scott County taxpayers being punished because Jerry Gooden feels, oh my God, these guys told me no to something. They didn't give me something that I wanted, so I'm gonna throw a fit like a 3-year-old and see if I can't bankrupt my county. And that's exactly what's happened. And then got the audacity to sue us like we've done something wrong. I'm tired of losing sleep over stupid stuff.
Record service. Gooden's called out to the Master Drive in Vienna, Winston to Durango, 150 feet back to Radio Tower Road.
A certified letter be sent to all, like if you go through every vendor that we use and send them a certified letter that says no purchases can be made without direction of commissioners or something. I don't know. I don't even know.
We cannot
I don't know.
micromanage this county.
I get
We
that.
can't do it.
I get that,
We
but we
have to
also
trust
can't
if
spend
Michelle-
$28,000 repairing a $6,000 car either.
If Michelle says I need a new laptop because mine just caught on fire,
Call
she
in.
should be able to go buy a laptop.
I get that. I get that. But we also, some
So-
way, have to control this. Because what's going to stop them from doing it again next week?
We've tried it.
Yeah.
We've tried.
We've tried everything.
We've sent cease and desist letters, everything else to
If there's any light at the end of the tunnel, Jennifer, I think, unless we did another vehicle, this is the exact same bill as what's in 24 for that Ram bottom light install from Blue Line Graphics for $939.89. And it says due date October 15th of 24, so I think that's a duplicate bill. And I want to say this bin
It is,
tire
yeah.
might be as well, because it says invoice date 10/23 of 24, and it's for those Wrangler Goodyear Enforcers.
Okay, so it's just duplicated.
So I think that these are duplicates.
Duplicates, we
I
can
think.
check those
That'd be
and see.
great.
Yeah,
And I'll be
the
honest
dates
with you,
and everything.
With Mandy being out with her mom,
That's
all the
fine.
situation
Yeah, no, I
with
understand.
that group has not been reviewed yet.
That's
There
fine.
are a few bills in there that.
So I
can
mean,
be
this
paid.
one's almost $1,000, and this one's 730. So
Yes.
it ain't like we're rewriting the wheel here,
But
but that's
still, yeah.
$1,800 that possibly have been resubmitted to you
Right.
by the sheriff that is not adequate bills that says to be paid.
You know, we've had people to come
in
to
25.
I gotta hop off.
You're good.
Or you can text me if something comes up.
I think we're pretty much done.
Vomit after hearing about the $30,000 15-year-old Dodge Charger, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop off.
All right.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too.
These are on the back of the 25.
Every other department in this county, we have had departments to come to this county as little as $20 or $30. They were gonna be that much over their budget and ask for an additional
Well,
appropriation.
what's her name?
Every
What's her
single
name down
department.
Purdue Extension?
Yeah.
She had what 11
11 or 12.
11 or
dollars.
Yeah, that's what I'm
$12?
saying, it's next to nothing, but they understand, hey, guess what? Look here, I ran out of money. and I need this much more money. They didn't just spend it and then come in and,
Yeah. Ask for forgiveness.
I was afraid that was gonna be what that was, when I seen a $28,000 bill for a 2012 Dodge Charger. And I even asked a few people between the last meeting and this one, and they thought it was a light and siren package, like, because the other ones were not working properly, so they re-upfit it. And I thought, I mean, that's still crazy, but at least that stuff can be removed and
Yeah.
transferred to another vehicle if purchased. But to hear that, once again, it goes back to, would you do that to your own car at home?
Nobody would. There's no way.
Nobody would.
everything that has caused these problems have all been because, screw you guys, I can get by with this, I can do whatever I want to do. I am Jerry Gooden. I am Jerry God.
Which,
Gooden.
the question I have, I mean, there's a lot of people in this county. We're one of the lowest income counties around. I mean, that's no secret. There's poverty in this county.
Number 92.
There are people that drive cars that wish they could spend a portion of that to fix it. And they get up and they go to work every day, and we're taking their money to pay for that stupidity right there.
My good truck.
Well, not only that, how many, at the end of the day, when you're talking about deputies that want raises,
Right. Right there's your raises.
Yeah.
How are
Hey,
you supposed to give them a
so we
raise
went
when you're
through
paying for $28,000?
Most of
for
them,
a
we found a
car?
couple duplicates that
Welcome,
Jennifer's
Justin.
gonna check on. The big ones, if you wanna look at, they're in the 25 stack. It's the John Jones vehicles.
Oh, you're a car guy. Here, pull
Yeah,
this back out.
You're a car guy. We'll let you review it and tell us your take on it.
I'm tired of watching.
I was doing great until about 5 minutes ago.
So he can sit over and tell his few buddies, look what I can do. Sit back and laugh about what they do. You can guarantee.
Oh, I guarantee you they
there
were
was a
laughing their
laugh fest
butts off
going
at
on.
John Jones the whole time they
Look what
was
we're
preparing
gonna
that
do.
car.
I'm
We're
sure.
gonna float $28,000 to prove the damn point.
That's fine. When you flip that top page open, it'll show you up in the top right, the vehicle that we're like in that area somewhere. Let me see if I can show you what we were looking at. So that's a 2012 Dodge Charger sedan. It's white. There's the mileage that is on it. And then the next, as you flip through, you gotta make sure you're on the same car. But yeah, there's several pages for that particular vehicle.
We are to absolutely, John Jones would do something like that without calling somebody. We should absolutely forbid any department in this county from doing a nickel's worth of business with John Jones.
We're the ones who have to agree to the bills, so let's quit buying cars there for a while.
I guarantee you, I'll never buy nothing else from them.
Well, and I'm not speaking for John Jones,
But
but
they
I
did
will
what they were
say
told.
that we've got a medical contract. When I tried to contract because I wasn't on there, I couldn't get an answer back. So sometimes, not everybody can call and talk about that, is what I think.
Yeah, I know, I tried, they sold me
As I said, I don't think that everybody can call and question that.
because
We are county government. Jerry Gooden is not county government.
but like Jennifer said,
He should be
if
able to
he
call
sets up-
anything he wants and ask about.
Well, that car
Absolutely.
belongs to them.
Their name's on the title.
Yeah, you give me a list.
If you call John Jones and say, I want to know about this car, there's no way they can tell him, no, it's his car.
Well, they will,
I
because I
want you,
tried
I
the
want
other
you to
day.
call John Jones, that's what I'd like you to do. And you ask John Jones with a straight face, why would you do that? I'd like to hear the answer to that.
Okay. Call them now. Well, probably Monday night.
I move for adjournment.
Can we, one more question?
Yep.
It's not advertised. There's about $26,300 on, right now, in overtime. That is on the court order under section C on the second one to fix. Right now, I mean, it's still showing negative on the location budget, but the overall, what am I trying to say? Employment's the word that's coming to my mind. I think my Alzheimer's is kicking in. The fund for work is still positive, so we're good. But we're gonna have to decide where that comes from. 16,000 of that, even though we're paying all of it currently out of 1170, 16,000 of that's for the jail. We might be able to move that, depends on if we feel comfortable.
1114.
into the 1114, but the 9960 that's for the sheriff, I don't really want to take another penny out of 1170. So we're going to have to think about, do we want to do that general fund? What do we want to do? The litigation, we've got.
Which also, I called Jason Stimler. He's going to copy me and you on some dates that he's available, and they're researching. He's going to come down here and present to the council, and if the commissioners wish to join, you're by all means welcome. But what options we have as a county, because we're going to have to enact some kind of a tax to offset this spending. So taxes are going to have to increase in this county because of the sheriff's spending. And I know I've said the Gooden tax before. I don't know what it'll be called, but I know there will be something we have to do. And then he's also reaching out to Bo Zellers about a bond, because I think we're headed down the path. We're going to have to end up getting a bond until that tax revenue comes in. So we're going to have to borrow money to get through the rest of the year because of the $2 million shortfall, pretty much. I fear what would happen at the state level if they go through with the property tax that's on the floor of the House right now, I believe. And that would cut this county another $2.8 million if it is cut back to pre-COVID era. So he's going to come here with some dates, and we're going to sit down and see what options we have, how much property taxes could increase, how much. I know there's a judicial tax. I know there's an EMS tax that you could in-state to offset costs. The fact that I'm in office and even talking about a tax really irks me and gets my blood pressure boiling, because that is not something that I was willing to do or am really willing to do for the citizens of Scott County. However, with the spending of the sheriff, I don't know that we have an option. Because much like you said, you don't think we'll make it to the end of the year with the money we have.
Not in 1170.
And that pays a lot of people out of that account. So I don't know if that local income tax can be increased or what, but they're gonna sit here, and I urge every Scott County citizen that wants to be here to show up. If we need a bigger space, I'll find it. But they deserve the right to know that we've spent $30,000 on a 15-year-old car with 200,000 miles. We've spent $26,000 to $27,000 in overtime in 8 weeks. We spent $18,000 in housing inmates in Clark County for no reason whatsoever, just because we wanted to create our own crisis. And that's exactly what our sheriff has done, is create a crisis every time he don't get his way with his bully tactics. And I won't lie to anybody about it. It really upsets me. I think the people of this board are really upset, as we've shown. But I think that's where we're at. So if we can move the jailers to the 1114 fund, I know it's mandated. I'm fine with getting that advertised. If you want to add it to that March meeting, and then the other one.
I'll see if Kirk can still do that.
I forgot. If
we're
not,
pretty far after the.
If not, you let me know.
If not, it won't hurt to take it back to the April meeting, because like I said, that fund, that part of it, we're still solvent. We're good. It's just that we need to let them know that we're still going to pay that. So.
I mean, it's just, for me, sitting here, it answered some of my questions, and I appreciate you making time for this, Jennifer, on kind of a last minute notice. But I mean, regardless of what fund he's deciding or trying to say he's going to use, we've bought $8,000 Motorola radios. We've bought new Kenwood radios, new tasers, put decked systems in our pickup trucks. Like, you're buying the best of the best. This isn't Carmel, Indiana. This isn't the Indiana State Police that you have unlimited funds. This is Scott County. You're driving a new truck. I mean, build something out of wood. We're crafty in this county. Yeah. Get with a local vendor or a guy who can build about anything and make something. A deck system for a truck at $3,800, and you just said, well, go ahead and give me 2 of them. That's wasteful spending. And nobody will ever convince me otherwise. Is it nice? Absolutely. I'm sure the guy that has it loves it. But is it a necessity? No.
My shotgun I pack in the trunk of my car, I wrap it up in an old wool army blanket. I don't have a $3,000 case to put it in because I can't afford a $3,000 case.
That's another 2012 Charger. It looks like some of that was already billed. What I'm guessing on that bill, Justin, and that's the total that's been spent on that car too.
I think you just wrap it up, and just for anybody, I mean, anybody that wants to hear it, the kind of person I am, it's either a want or a need. And Scott County is not in a place for wants, period. And anybody that comes to this table that wants something, I can promise you this guy's gonna be a no vote. And it just drives me crazy that we are all in a position to have to manage a budget where there's people that don't have to follow the rules.
Right.
And that's impossible. You can't do that. And you're right, you nailed it. I don't have a problem with 99% of anything that's being spent, minus the fact that I see a whole lot of wants on there.
Yeah.
But how do you decipher when a want is purchased in January and now we can't pay for needs in December?
Yeah.
That's where the problem comes in. And you're right. 800 radios. I will not argue with anyone that we need 800 radios.
Nice.
But I also know you can buy them for $2,000 or less.
Yeah.
They don't have to be $8,000. But once again, all this is neither here nor there until I see something like this. And that's literally, I want to give the benefit of the doubt. I really do. I want it to be that common ground. But that bill alone right there sends me over the edge. And that's as a taxpayer, not as a councilman. I don't care about that.
That bill alone, somebody's salary. That's somebody that gets up and comes to your office every day.
That's more than some of my girls make.
Yeah, in one bill. I mean, that is a human being that gets up and comes in here and puts 40 hours a week in.
And what really drives me crazy
In our
is the
offices.
fact that now there's other departments out there that are going to suffer from this.
Absolutely.
Like, the ones that are actually following the rules are going to be punished because they're going to be cut.
Nobody.
And I don't know.
And it sits here and sucks to know that a department's going to come and sit at this table with a true need,
Yeah,
and you can't give it because somebody else bought all their wants
you're right.
with their
And
money.
If you want to see, no, I won't go there.
$3.1
I
million.
built a wooden box for my back of my truck out of plywood. City of Scottsburg. We physically put plywood together and built a box. My truck is a work truck. It don't have it. I'm lucky it has power windows instead of cranks. It don't have a remote start. I have to unlock the door, believe it or not, with a key. Why? Because it was only $32,000. I didn't need a $50,000
Because
truck.
you have a budget to stay within. But for anybody who's watching, anybody wants to know, 2024, and you correct me if I'm wrong, as you know these numbers as much as I do, you've looked at them. $3.1 million was allocated initially to the sheriff.
His initial budget was.
Roughly 600,000 was additional appropriations that took us to 3.8. Sheriff Jerry Gooden spent, we're over 5 million now, I think, at the last I seen. We're right at, we're 4.85 million.
It was 4.9.
4.9.
4.9.
And that doesn't include these.
And that doesn't include all these.
And there's an additional, what, 200,000?
Way to show up
right every morning.
So,
Are we ready to adjourn before I say any more?
I move we adjourn.
I'll second that.
motion on the floor by Collins to adjourn, second by Richie, all in favor?
Perfect timing,
Adjourn.
Randy.
Yeah.